but I had to go put the office back together. Okay.
Okay.
And stop me if you have any questions. Jeff, you can always unmute yourself and let me know if you have questions too. But I'm just going to go through some Facebook advertising basics, how to create an ad, different types of ad, those type of things. And I'm really just doing this as a demo. If there's a specific ad that you want to see, because there are a lot of different types of ads, so I'm going to do the basic ones, let me know and I can walk back through those. But essentially, you're logging into your Facebook account. You can only advertise for business pages, and that's one of the reasons we have business pages. So about a year ago or so, they started having this create button up here.
Okay.
And I know Facebook's coming out with a new layout. So I don't know if that's going to change. It's always changing, but somewhere you usually can click to press create and add. And so that's what I'm going to go into. Now I'm going to leave that tab open.
Okay.
If you're on your business page, yes, there are some buttons you can press to just boost your ad. But I like to, there are some studies saying, oh, don't boost, you need to do this because boost is doing one thing. And I'm not going to go into detail on that. I just think that going through the ads manager, you have a lot more options. And especially now that we have to do some of the housing regulation steps, it's just easier just to go through this ads manager.
So that when you clicked on the create button and you hit ads, that's taking you to this ads manager tab?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
It's taking a minute to load. Actually, let me back up. I'm going to explain one other thing. So on my page, so either A, we can create an ad and in ads manager from scratch.
Okay.
Often we will do that because there are different things you can do with graphics in ads manager that you can't necessarily do on your post, which I'll show you. But the other thing is whatever you do there isn't going to show up on your timeline. So if you have some sort of content you want to put on your page so it's always there, then you need to go and post it first.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like I just uploaded a graphic. So let me see. I'm going to put it on here and click photo. I'll click that picture because I know that's what it is. I'll just say something cute like we are here for your, oh, come on. My connection is pretty slow at my house, so because my kids are here too. Using up all the data. We are here for your essential real estate needs. Okay, and then I have this little graphic and I'm going to post it. And so now I know I can, and I can also from here, I could have clicked get messages and that would make it so it had a button in it where someone could send us messages. Actually, I think I can edit. Can I add that on after? Edit post. I might not be able to. No, I can't. Sometimes it will.
So basically, you're
on.
creating it as a post first.
Yes.
And then going to turn it into an ad. Okay, got it.
And I'm doing that because if I don't, that post won't show organically. I won't get the organic
on your page
as well.
Okay, got it.
And so if I'm creating a post that way, the types of places the types of things I could use, I don't use a lot of brand awareness. That's just like promoting my page. But I might want reach, and that's just, let's get this, that goal is, that objective. So first we're picking an objective. And reach means let's get as many eyeballs on this as possible. So that's much more of a top of mind awareness type thing.
Okay.
Traffic is, and I use this one when I just, I'm like, you know what, I just want a lot of people to see my ad. traffic is where I want them to go, somewhere. I want them to go to my virtual tour. I want them to click out of Facebook and click into my website. I want them to fill out a lead form that I have on a different website.
Okay.
Those are the reasons you'd use traffic. Engagement means you want people commenting, you want people liking it, you want people, you know, doing things that show they're looking at that.
Okay.
And that's another good one to use. Maybe you have a post where you just want people to comment on it. Then you can add that sort of thing. We don't really do app installs. Although we might, I haven't played with it with the new Remax app. We might be able to put a link into our app and get app installs. That's something I might try to do. But video views, so that's obviously if you want to do a video ad and then get more views on it. Lead gen is really neat. And so I might show you that after, but lead gen's where you're taking, someone's clicking on it, and there's actually forms in Facebook that people will fill out. So it's, maybe your ad is, would you like a free current market analysis? And when someone clicks on it, and it says, fill this form out to get started. So when someone clicks on it, it allows them to put in their name, address, phone number, and it actually has the form for them to fill out, and then it ends on a screen where you're like, thank you, I'll get back to you soon. So that's
almost like a click funnel. Okay.
That is, yes, exactly. That's what the little funnel. And messages is one I've used a little bit more lately. Like with Motto Mortgage, they want people to message them so they can start the mortgage conversation. So it allows you to have that get messages button, and then when someone clicks on it, it actually gives them 3 options of questions to ask. So, you know, are you interested in selling your home? Or, you know, would you like me to do a free market analysis? You know, some other question that's already built in there. I don't do a lot with conversions in any of these. These are more for like stores that have things going on. For today, I'm going to start with messages, and then I'll show you lead gen too if we have time. Man, this is slow right now. Hold on. There we go.
I'm going to close my door.
It's fine. Oh, I didn't even click video views. I clicked this one. Oh, this might be trying.
No bandwidth.
Okay, there we go. Might have to upgrade while I'm home.
Conversations.
I've never had an issue either until both my kids were on here at the same time. Okay, so you can, the A/B test, that's kind of interesting if you wanted to, let me just do campaign name. This is how you can keep track of your campaign. So I'm going to do 4.8 virtual home buyer. Okay. If you do A/B, what's interesting about that is you can play with, maybe you have 2 different groups you want to advertise to, and it allows you to create 2 ads at once, and one might advertise to first-time home buyer, or like people interested in, and then there's going to be a list of these things, and the other one's interested in other things, and you can see which does better. I don't do a lot of those. I just stick to doing one at a time. And I like to do a lifetime budget. It's more just a math thing in how they show your ad. So I'm going to do $30 and continue. All right, so the destination, and let's do an ad set. So that's just so you know who you're advertising to and what this set is. This is especially helpful if you're doing multiple ones. So I might say home buyers in 78023, 78249. Okay, so right now maybe you want to have the message destination, I want them to click to Messenger. So I want them to come into mine. Now you can see they also have it connected. This is more for people in other countries. They use that Messenger a lot. And then Instagram Direct, which is another messaging platform. Now we get into our audience. There's lots of ways to use audiences, and I do encourage you to save your audiences. So if you use them, you can always click and you can see I have ones that I used in the past. But if we're going to create an audience, these are kind of neat too. Add a previously created, so I had lookalikes. So you can actually create, under create new, there's custom audiences. So what that is they're looking for people who have interacted with your business in the past, or lookalike. So people, they look at people that are already interacting with your page, and they start advertising to people with similar preferences, similar age group, in similar areas. And so they're just thinking these people look like the people already interacting with the page. Under custom audience, I am going to click that really quick and show you some of the neat options here. So this, we are not going to use the website. Currently our websites, we can't embed a pixel, but that should be changing soon. Now, the one I really like is the customer list. If you wanted to just reinforce that you're still here, you're still working, to a big list of people that maybe past clients you already have. Like I know Tony is always talking about how he has, you know, thousands of clients already in his contact database. So if he wanted to, he could upload that whole list, and it has to have a phone number or email for each person. And what Facebook will do is, if people are logging in under that phone number or that email, it's going to look for those people and start advertising them. Obviously, I think email is best, but there are people who log into Facebook with their phone number. But most of us log in with our email. And so if you have a big email list, when you upload that, you're specifically targeting those people. So pretty cool. And then these are some of the other ones, people who are already connected to your video business page, people who have watched your videos in the past, who have filled out your lead forms. I haven't really done the instant experiences, people who follow or interact with our page already. And then events. So we did a Santa event, and it had people come and do the cookies and Santa. And so if I wanted to advertise to all those families who said they were coming to the event, looked at the event, there's a few different options, were invited to the event, I could click on events, and that would be my target audience. So those are custom audiences, and I don't know. Oh, Rodina dropped off. Jeff, are you still? Hold on.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I'm just gonna see if she's gonna get back on.
I'm making pizza. I'm here.
Okay, give me 1 second. I think she's just gonna click back on. Actually, I'm gonna take a screenshot of the custom audiences. I think that is something you should be sharing with more people. And then I'll keep going even if she doesn't come back to us. Save. Okay. Let me just see. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Maybe she'll jump back on. So then we have our location. So I'm gonna click edit. It always defaults to the US, but I'm gonna go ahead, and I always like to X out of the US so it doesn't include all of that. And then you can either type in all of San Antonio, or I'll do zip codes. You know what? I just realized I skipped a step. Darn it. Okay. I skipped a step, so I'm gonna actually go back. So if you ever have to go back to something, they're all back here. I'm gonna click on this special ad category. So when we first started filling out this part, One thing I missed is we have to click that we're special ad category and that we advertise for housing. And that's kind of a pain, but basically because we're in real estate, we have to follow special rules. So they have to know.
That's pretty new, right?
Yes, that's been in the last like year or so that they've made us click that so that they know that they should be checking our page to make sure we're doing what real estate advertisers are supposed to do, right? Like one of the things, for example, and this is why I thought of this, there was a time where I could say 78023. I could click on, let's try it again. Did I already have that one? I could click on Helotus. Why isn't it coming up? Okay, for some reason I messed that up. Hold on, you're missing a location. Let's just go San Antonio.
Type in Helotus.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I think I did that last time.
Okay. There we go. So there was a time, there we go. And usually you can do the zip codes too. There was a time where I could come in to Helotus. Whoops, and I X'd out. To Helotus and say I only want to do a 2 mile radius around a specific drop location Helotus. So I could go into a specific community and just advertise 2 miles around that. Well, that's one of those things that they say, no, you can't do that. Now, because of your special category, you have to do a 15-mile radius around wherever you select. Another thing we can't do is change the age. We also cannot change the gender. Now, the detailed targeting, they changed some of the options we can do, but we can still detailed target. We can no longer say, I just want to advertise to homeowners. They won't let us do that. However, if they're interested in a homeowner association, we can add that. So I think that's a huge, one of those categories we should be looking at. Another thing we can do is advertise to people interested in Zillow. And that means they're browsing the Zillow website, they've clicked on Zillow things in Facebook, those type of things, realtor.com. So you can see over here, my audience is growing a little. So those are the types of detailed targeting we can think about when we're doing this. We have to do all languages. We could say people who aren't connected to our page and things if we wanted to. I always leave on automatic placements. You can manually choose to say, I don't want this on Instagram. I don't want this on other websites. I just want to advertise on Facebook, but those are not huge. Now, the other thing we want to do is for $30, we probably aren't going to get a month of advertising in here, but we might get, you know, a week or two. So I like to put that in. And now, you see more options, don't need that. I can do, oops, gotta move this thing over, continue. And now it brings me into where I'm setting up my ad. Oh, Rodina's back on, good, okay.
Yeah, I might have missed a little bit, but I can.
Yeah, so I did go through, one thing I skipped over is you do need to go to the special ad category and
Okay.
you have to click that you're advertising housing, and that's so that they can regulate what we're advertising. I also went into, let me just go through I'll just do this really quick. Under audience, there was a time where we could really narrow down the area, but now if I put in Helotus, I have to do a 15-mile radius.
Okay.
I can't say 2 miles. I can't change the age or gender anymore. But then when I get into detail targeting, now I can't say that I'm advertising to a homeowner, but I can say I'm advertising to someone interested in a homeowner association. So that's just one of those things that I can focus on. Same with Realtor, same with Zillow, etc. There's lots of things that I can do. Like if someone's interested in Realtor or Zillow, they're probably looking at houses.
Right.
So there are some of those that we can come up with that even though we can't say I want homeowners, I want first-time home buyers or something like that, I can do that. And then I adjusted the dates because I only have a $30 budget, so I probably should only be running this for about a week. I say like 20, 25 a week is good right now. Although they are saying you're getting more clicks and more interaction. Facebook ads are cheaper because not as many people are running ads. And then I manage a couple pages, so I just have to change it to my page. There we go. We don't want it to go, there we go. So my account is connected to Instagram, so it's already gonna post it on Instagram. If you go back, there was the section where it said automatic placement or manage placements. If you don't want it to go on Instagram, you can manage your placement. Really, it's only if you're not spending much to put it on Instagram, so I just leave it there. And now we're gonna create our ad. So, as you can see, there's a couple different formats. People use this carousel one, which is fine. I don't think I've ever really gotten a lot more clicks because I used carousel. And that's where you can have different photos and then write captions underneath them. I'm more of the single image type of person. And I'm going to show you that one in a minute, but I also wanted to mention, again, the use the existing post is probably what most of you are going to do if you want to have a post that's already on your current page and then will be advertised as well. So when you click use existing post, you can actually click select post. That's going to pull up. It's going to show you all. Hold on, sorry. Going to show you all the current posts. Some of them it's going to say, yeah, this can't be because you're objective, you can't use this one. But if I wanted to use this one, I'd click on it and continue, and then I could use that. And so you can see there's other ones I could use if I wanted to. However, if
what usually keeps it from being a usable post?
Well, right now I'm trying to get messages inside of Facebook, so it's not going to let me use links outside of Facebook.
Okay.
So a lot of those were ones taking us to a landing page for another listing.
Got it. Got it. It almost needs to be a photograph or something.
Exactly.
Okay.
So under single image or video, though, I can click in here and upload a different photo if I didn't have it on there. Just gonna click. And then the other things I like is, the one thing I like in here that I can't just do on my pages, I can create this slideshow effect, and that's where it kind of makes a little video slideshow. And they have different templates, and so this might be something you want to go and play with. It is a little bit more time consuming, but if you like this kind of thing, it's kind of fun. It shows you how long each one is and what you can do in there. So let's say I picked this one, and there is square or vertical. Vertical is more for if you want it to be in your story. I'm gonna go with this first one actually. So there's the templates, and I should say there's also this one where I can click create a slideshow, and it will let me pick my own photos. But if I do the template and I continue, what it's doing is saying, all right, first you need to select a background image. So I go into select my images, and it looks through all the images I've posted in the past. Let's just say, let's do like, I don't know, bridge. I can also select a logo. Select my logo. I've uploaded that in the past as well. You might have to upload it if you don't have it in there. And so it actually will put the logo on there. There it goes. And that looks kind of funny. So then I have to play with what one it is. I can also move this to be in the corner so it looks even better. It will have scene 2. And in scene 2, I can select a different picture. And I might want to put maybe our office. Come on. And you can do this whether you're doing a message ad, an engagement ad, a reach ad. There are lots of different ones. Those all have some of the same features. So that's why I selected this one, because I also wanted to show you the messaging component. And then you can say, you know, serving San Antonio, or, you know, San Antonio. There's not a lot of words you can use. San Antonio real estate, or helping buyers, helping home buyers, whatever that is. And you can change the text, you can change the color of it. So it's all these little extra things you can do in there. And then you can even select another one where you put another, you know, call today for help, or message us, since we're doing messaging. Message for info. And this picture I would hate, so I hate because you can't read it, so I'd change it. In here, maybe you do more something like a house, and you can say, how much is your home? Is it gonna fit worth? It is gonna fit. So that might be a great message you put in there. And in the end, it creates this little, what did I do wrong? Oh, it doesn't like this one. Message for info. Select another background image. Just choose this house. Come on, there we go. And then I can change that text. Change it to a different type of text. So on, I can change the color so it stands out for more. And then as I continue, it's going to show you what those look like. So if I left this as the ad, it would look something like this. Obviously, hopefully you take some more time so you pick some pictures where you can see it a little better. But it's just a way to get your image stand out better. And then what's cool is it will also run in stories now. So that's a new feature. And then this is what it looks like in stories. So that's just all these different ways to try to get people to message. So you could do just a regular graphic, or you can have fun in here and make some of those template videos, or update. You can also upload a few photos and make a regular slideshow. So really neat options. What's that? Let me show you too. If I click, this doesn't take too long. Come on. Oh, it's still uploading. So I was going to show you the other one down here where you could create just a regular photo slideshow. But then in front of here, you might say, ready to sell, or yes. Yes, we are still selling homes. Do you need to sell? Connect in Messenger, or send us a message. We're here to chat about your home value. Oops. The ad is populating. Of course, I took one that takes a little bit longer to populate. Come on. Here we go. Okay, so that's what it would look like in the mobile home feed. And it's also adding my text in, and then I can actually change it and say desktop news feed. I can see how it would look in each of these places with my text as well. So that's what it would look like just if someone was on their desktop. They'll see the ad, they'll see my text up here. And as you can see, you can add in text up here, so you don't necessarily need to write in too much under here. And then it has that button to actually message us. And that message goes to your business page. So just remember, if this is the type of ad you're doing, instead of one where you're just trying to get people to interact or something, you need to be able to pay attention to your business messenger. And one thing I suggest to agents all the time is consider getting that message, the Facebook Pages app. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's Facebook Pages, and that way you're managing your message through the Facebook Pages app, and so anytime someone messages you, you get that. And then you can actually start this conversation. So this is where, because you chose to get messages from your ad, it gives you, these are the default ones set up, and I believe it's set up because this is the type of business your business category is real estate. So because your business category is real estate, it defaults to these questions. But you can also create one. Now it's going to take a minute because I clicked on something. But if you click create chat, you can change those questions. So you can say, you know what, I really want my question to be, can I get a free current market analysis? Or how do I get started on a home valuation? Or what's the first step? Or I'm interested, can you tell me more? That's always a good question. So that's just allowing you to pick those questions. And then once you press confirm, it brings you into your paying for it. So that's the messaging part of that section of the ad. Do you guys have questions on that one? I'm not gonna go through all the other ones, but I did want to show you, if I can get in there, if I change my objective to lead gen, what that looks like, just because these two are probably the most different. So already it wants me to up my daily budget. Change that again. Doesn't really matter what I do right now. Let's do 40. Okay, for sake of time, I'm just going to leave it at motto, but yours would probably populate right there. That is not, oh, I don't think I chose the right category, the right objective. Let me go back. Why is it under store traffic? I don't want that. I want lead gen. I don't know why it's giving me catalog and audience because I don't have a catalog. So I'm going to ignore that for a minute. Oh, hold on. Let me switch to Remax because I've done one before with them, and I think it's just... Okay, so I guess there's a new Facebook lead ads term that I had to accept, and I hadn't accepted it in the other one. I don't have a catalog, so we're not going to worry about that. Again, I could come in here and create my audience. Whoops, I'm typing in the wrong place. All right, so I changed it to hello, that's good. There was a time where it would leave everyone in the US and then also add in Helotus, but it doesn't do that anymore. So we're gonna leave all that, continue. I did skip over, I'd want to put an end date for my ad, but I just wanted to come back in here. Again, now you cannot, because it's a lead form, you can't choose an existing ad, I don't believe. Let me look. Come on. No, okay. So you can't choose an existing ad. So you have to do the carousel and then upload an image or a video. And then now it's saying you can actually have 8 placements in the ad. So you can put in 8 different photos. You can turn it into a video. It tells you there's 4 placements in feeds, 2 in stories. So the lead form does it a little differently with what the ad ends up looking like. But the cool thing is that as you're putting in, you put in your photos, you'll put in your primary text. Maybe it's connect with us for a current market analysis, or you know, a buyer, first time home buyer sheet, something like that. You write your headline and description. The primary text goes up here where the, here I'll show you the description. They start populating in here, as you see. And then you have a call to action. So do you want someone to sign up? Do you want them to learn more? What is going to get them to click? I usually leave it for learn more. There is something called download, and that's kind of interesting. It's where they have to fill out a form to download a PDF that you have to upload. So maybe you make a document with your 10 home buyer tips. You can upload that so that once they fill in their name and address, they can download that. Maybe you do home buyer consultation, and you can do book now. So those are just a few options.
Okay.
And then when you get in there, you actually can create the form. So this is an old form I used. So if you click create form, what it does is say, all right, what questions do you want to ask? Do you want to know their name, phone number? Do you want to ask their address? Do you want to make it optional to put in their address? Do you want, and this will tell you, do you want more volume or higher intent? So do you want a lot of people to fill out this form, or people that are actually going to give you, they're going to work with you? So that's just 2 ways. And they just basically, that narrows the questions down, because they feel like the less questions you have, the more likely someone will fill it out. But then the intro, you would basically just put in, you know, hey, thank you for signing up. This is what, fill out this form and I'll contact you to get your home value analysis. And then you can see, do you just want the email and full name? Do you also want phone number, street address, city, state? Do you have a multiple choice question, like, are you already working with an agent? When would you like to sell your home? You can add these all in, as well as when's the best time to contact you. And then with the appointment scheduling, it actually brings out a calendar. So this all brings in a lead form. If you guys decide to do this, please let me know. We do have a privacy policy that I can send you in case you need to put something like that in there. They just add one in for you anyway. They want you to have like, hey, we're collecting this form to use this data, and Facebook, you know you're filling out this form. So that's kind of what the privacy policy is. So anyway, that is just one other way that you can dive in and make a different type of Facebook ads instead of some of the basic ones. So I did get into the more technical ones. So if you're looking just to start and just want to do an ad and just want to play with the categories, the demographics, you want to play with the text, and you don't want to get into this, when you're choosing your objective, again, I'd say stick with engagement or reach, and maybe get messages. But to start, if you've never made an ad, do engagement or reach, just so you can get some of the basics down, and then, you know, have a go at some of these other ones that require a little bit more time and work. Do you guys have any questions?
I think I'd have to try running one once and see what I bump into.
Yeah.
But have any agents, as Sandra or anybody, say that they get some traction with running ads?
Yeah, I know agents that get a lot. I know Myra used to get some via Facebook ad. Sandra has gotten some via Facebook ads in the past. I'm not sure who else is. Tony has run them before. Bobby has here or there. I don't know how much traction he's gotten off of them. But the thing is that it's the people that are doing them consistently. Like, even if they're just spending $10 or $20 twice a month, they're putting their name out there more, and eventually it will pay off. It's just an affordable method as well.
Okay.
Do you guys have any other questions?
No, I think it's good. That helps me a lot. It's enough to get me started, and that's what I was needing.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Yes, give me
sounds
1
good.
second.
Okay, awesome. All right, bye guys.
Thank you.
And I'll send a link if anybody wants to join the happy hour at 4:30.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
And Rodina, I'll message you in a minute.
Okay, sounds good.